Hi, I'm sorry for the clouds. That's really all I don't want to show my face today. I'm not feeling it. So I came on here to say hi to everybody and to encourage everybody who's tired and battle weary and going through all the changes with the weather and all the crazy stuff happening and the tsunamis and all the things all around the world. I just wanted to come on and encourage people that Jesus is Lord, and He's definitely watching over us. And I got a little bit of a praise report. Well, not a little bit. I got a good praise report because I was able to get someplace safe before the weather hit, before it iced up everywhere. And so I was grateful for that. And then I had ran out of money because I kind of got snowed in a little bit and didn't have any more money to eat and stuff and needed gas. So the Lord helped me, and I'm just so grateful to my family in Christ who is so wonderful. Every time I hear anything you guys are doing or anything that all my family is just so awesome. All around the world, right? We got the best family. So I really wanted to come on and encourage, and I also wanted to say that I had I've been feeling like for a while that we're about to have some kind of really great move happen. And I don't know if that's just, something that I feel like for me in my life because I'm in such a test, or if it's for all of us. I believe that it's a move in the spirit, which I think is going to bring a lot of people out of one phase into another phase. So I'm excited about it. And I know that we're all watching and we're all hopeful for the rapture. And, we know that the time is short. But we also, I can't help but feel that I don't know. I just feel like something good's getting ready to happen. That's all I know. I don't know. It'd be great if it was the rapture. But it'd be okay too if it was just, moving into something better so that it won't be so hard for some of us that are going through so much right now. Especially, who's going through illness, and which I know God's going to heal. My sisters and my brothers who are having problems, especially those who are really fighting serious health disorders. I know He's healing. He is the God of healing, and He's going to heal. And we just have to wait in faith. And so I've been, going through a lot. I don't know, it's been a minute since I've been on here, but been going through a lot. Haven't had any money to live. I live in my car, so it's been a little trying lately. But like I said, God's blessed me, and He keeps providing for me one day at a time. So, and that's all we really got anyway. So I don't know. It's really cloudy. I just am pointing at the clouds because I didn't want to film people where I'm at if they walked by or something. So I'm just gonna do it in the clouds. But I forgot what else I was going to talk about. Well, there's a couple things. One was that I had that dream a while back about a few volcanic eruptions going off. And something told me, I felt the urge to go back through my videos, like the past couple videos. And I was listening to it, and I don't know if that might have something to do with what might happen soon, or if that's something for the, further in the future. I don't know. But I think that it woke us up. I know that that tsunami, even though it was a small tsunami, I think it made us all realize, especially those of us who are awake to the fact that there's other things up in the sky that are probably affecting our core of the Earth, and could possibly be causing a crustal pole shift and a lot of volcanic eruptions and a lot of earthquakes. And it makes perfect sense to me that if if that is what's going to cause the judgments, the trumpet judgments, is what we see in the sky, if that is going to be what causes it, it would make sense to me that it's going to be increasing up until that point, in frequency and duration, just like it says in the Word, that right before the birth pangs get worse. And I believe that's what we're seeing, and I believe that tsunami was a perfect example of, you know, the fact that it's going to get worse, you know, that it's amping up even more and more, and that we need to be trying to reach out to anybody we can that we know that, you know, it might be on the line, and you know, and I ran into a woman, and she was doing some evangelist work, and I was talking to her because I needed gas, and we were talking, and she was telling me that she had been out, and she said she had been doing evangelist work for years and years, and she was like in her 70s or something, and she was telling me, because I told her, I said, I was evangelizing, and then I just got into so much warfare recently, and so much, you know, it seems like so much just worrying about how I'm going to eat, how I'm going to, you know, have gas in my car, how I'm going to, you know, take a shower, do my lunch, all these basic needs, you know, that it's kind of, it just wore me out just trying to meet all that. And I think that's what Satan does a lot of times, is he'll make things so hard on us that by the time we spend a little time with God and then try to deal with all of our many issues, you know, he knows what he's doing by trying to make us just stay in one bad situation after another so that we're not effective. But he's a liar, because what it does is it shows our Jesus overcoming in us. The worst situations he throws at us that we are able to walk on through is just a testimony of God's goodness. So, you know, once again, he tries to do something bad, but God will turn it for the good. And it won't just be for the good of us, you know, who's having the problem. It'll be for the good of anybody who watches. So all glory and honor goes to our Father, right, in heaven. Amen. All glory and honor. So no matter what's going on, I started thinking about it, because I was like, I'm not doing anything right, you know, I'm not. And I'm thinking, I'm not doing, you know, I'm not. And she said to me she goes, look, you cannot approach everybody anyway. She said, you need to just approach those who you're led by the Spirit to talk to. She said, that might be why you're experiencing such horrible warfare. And I was like, oh, wow, you know, I hadn't really thought about that, but that could be exactly what might be happening, is that I may be trying to, or I was, prior to it getting so bad, like I said, in the past month or so, it's just been one problem after another. But that could be why it came on, because maybe I needed to wait a little, make sure that I was led. Well, I always say that, sorry about that, that God leads us, you know, into our works for him. And I believe that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with just inviting people, you know. But she might be right. And plus I have, you know, I talked to her about my mouth and how sometimes I just get so, that's like one of my worst sins is not watching my tongue. And I'm working on it right now, but I'm far from arriving. I mean, I go from like a rant into a full-fledged, like, something I shouldn't do. It's like okay to rant a little bit about what's going on, you know what I mean? As long as you're not gossiping or anything or putting people down. But then I just start to get more and more aggravated. The more I rant, the more I realize how aggravated I am, and the more I say that I shouldn't say. So he's putting a guard on my mouth. I have surrendered it to him, and he's helping me with it, because it's just so deadly, you know. And I want to live. I want to choose life. And what's Proverbs say, that the tongue is wicked, and it's the greatest evil, and the smallest member, but the greatest evil. And he says that the fruit of the tongue, those who love it will eat of it. In other words, it's not helping me any when I'm already in severe warfare to start getting mouthy. That's the worst time to do it. Well, there's no good time to do it, but that's the worst time to do it. So I don't know if anybody else has been feeling like there's going to be a good move that you could, feel like a spirit shifting move happening for you. I hope so. I hope that you're feeling hopeful like that and that you stay encouraged. And no matter what our situation is, right? He tells us to endure the same. He says, those who endure until the end, the same shall be saved. So even if it is, something that you're just not able to come out of yet for whatever reason, whether it's a test or whether it's wilderness or whether it's correction or whatever, and it seems unbearable. I was just crying out. I was like, Lord, I can't, everything hurts. I got pain on my pain, you know what I mean? Like everything hurts. My mind hurts, my emotions hurt, my body hurts. It almost seems unbearable sometimes. But then I cry out, and then he always comes and he comforts me. And I know that he's doing the same for you guys. And if you don't feel comforted, just know you need to cry out to him, and he will comfort you. Sometimes when we try to do everything on our own, we don't feel the comfort because we're too busy trying to fix everything. Sorry about that. We're too busy trying to fix everything and not crying out to the one who can do something. Or at least that's the way it is for me. When everything's just crazy, and then I'll be like, why is everything so bad? And well, one of the main things is because I'm not crying out and asking for help, and I'm trying to deal with it my way, and that's never good. Because even in my, even if I'm renewing my mind and I'm praying, if I'm not crying out to him about my problem and giving it to him, surrendering it to him, then there's not much. He doesn't just sometimes he will. If it's a bad enough situation and he wants to deliver you, he'll do it. He's sovereign. He can do what he wants. But what I've noticed about the Holy Spirit, at least for me in my life, is that if I'm trying to do everything, he doesn't really do anything. Because he's waiting for me to stop trying to do everything and turn to him so that he can help me. And I don't know if that'll help somebody, but it helped me when I remembered it. It's like we get, like that song from Crowder, I get amnesia, right? That's what I do. It's like, how could I have just forgot that? You know how we'll read Exodus where Moses is leading the Israelites out, and they've already seen the miracles, right, of the death angel flying over and killing all the plagues and everything that they've seen God do, right? Down to the last one, the Passover miracle, where the angel of death passed over them. So we're seeing all these kinds of things. When you really look at it, because I would always say, how could they have forgotten when they got to the Red Sea? How could they have forgotten what God had just done for them? Really? Really? Yeah, how could they have forgotten? Look in the mirror. That's what I have to do. I'm like, yeah, because I'm doing the same exact thing. And we don't realize it when we're doing it. We see that they did it, and we're like, oh, how could they have done that? If we would have had all those miracles, we would have, and it's not, and he's done miracles for us. We're still here. We're part of the remnant. We're still here on earth. If that's not a miracle, I don't know what would be. And then I haven't been able to work. A lot of us haven't been able to work because of different scenarios that are going on in our life. And still we've been fed. That's a miracle. Okay, I know we've all sinned, right, and fallen short. Some of us have sinned and put ourselves in bad situations and opened the door for the enemy to come back in, and still here we are. It's all a miracle. And then at least I do. I'm not going to say you do because I don't know, but sometimes I will go, wow, how could they? I think it. I usually don't say anything out loud about it, but that's exactly what I do. I get amnesia and I forget what he just did. So I don't know if this will help anybody, but I don't want to ramble too long. But I just wanted to say, that I think that there's a shift, and I think that the times are coming. I know right now that judgment is getting worse. Like I said, the birth pains are increasing, and we know that the judgments are right at the door, the actual judgments. So we just stay hopeful, and we know what our future is, and that it's good. And we're going to continue to have faith and speak positive, good words of encouragement to each other, and not focus on the negative that we know has to happen because it's written. And I just keep praying, for mercy with the judgments. Mercy, if there's anything that can be postponed, that's not on a time. Some things are time sensitive and they're on an appointed time, but other things I believe that we can pray, and at least we can get delay, or we can get coverage for the people who are not saved but are meant to be saved, the lost sheep, so that nothing happens to them in the processes during these judgments. And for our family, that is any family members that we have that aren't saved, or close people to us. So I won't keep rambling, only to say that I am so grateful that he woke me up again today, and I'm so grateful I have a car to sleep in, because I tell you what, the wind is blistering cold, and if you didn't have any place to be,